Welcome to the exciting return of Between the Hunt, the #1 Hunt Showdown podcast. Tonight Horse is joined by a returning guest and two brand new stars joining the cast this evening. All hunters like you. They'll be discussing the upcoming event, their soapbox issues with Hunt, their $1 million ideas for Crytek, some community sentiments, and more. It's been far too long since we've had you at the lodge today, and I just wanted to say, thank you, Hunter. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Stay blessed.
Howdy, hunters! Welcome back to Between the Hunt. I know it's been quite a while since we did an episode. Please don't judge me. A lot's been going on, if you couldn't tell from the full lore suite of episodes we've done on the channel. Whole new content, whole new outlook, but we're still cooking in the lodge. I appreciate you all joining me here in the studio audience today. Not at all an MP3, definitely real people. I am joined today by three incredible hunters who have a bunch of stories of their own to tell you today. But before we get to that, just a quick PSA. I am cutting the lore segment from Between the Hunt. Why am I doing this? Because, well, for one, I created the lore segment of every Between the Hunt episode specifically because my friend Deadman and I loved the lore, and we love to share that with people. But at the time, I wasn't doing lore content. So now that I'm making lore videos, and my friend Deadman doesn't really want to be on the podcast anymore, miss that guy, I don't see the passion in doing lore on Between the Hunt anymore. I would much rather it be more of a community focus like we've been doing, interviewing hunters, getting their stories, talking about events, etc., because I really think that's what people enjoy. They love seeing other hunters like themselves and how everybody in the bayou functions as an individual in this big world we live in hunting. So, without further ado, I'm going to have our guests introduce themselves. Please, left to right up from our podium beside me, your name you want to go by on the cast, your hours in Hunt Showdown, and your current MMR.
Howdy, hunters. Once again, I am the #1 researcher simp over here. My name is Gentleman Gamer EC, also known as Jay Leno Gaming in the Bayou. In around 2,600 hours, I have sat around 5 to 6 stars, and it is great to be back on the podcast with Horse and the guests.
Good morning. My name is Ridge, also known as Space. I have around 2,002 hours on Hunt Showdown, and I'm between 5 and 6 MMRs, and I'm honored to be here.
Morning, y'all. My name is Gomi, and I've got somewhere between around 6 to 7K hours. Probably should be more if I never took a break from the game for an hour or for a year or so, but I'd probably be up to about 12,000 if I didn't stop. But I've been playing since patch 0.2 and been actually played the technical alpha before that, so just decided to show up and talk about my experiences.
Oh yeah, what's your stars, like MMR? Are you 6-star?
I fluctuate between 5 and 6.
So you get to have fun sometimes, but the other times you don't get to have any fucking fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will never envy my poor hunters in 6-star. You poor bastards. It is not fun. I've played in your lobbies when I play with some of my viewers. It's miserable. I hate it. I like being a bad hunter with cripple fingers. In 3-star, 4-star MMR, I get to actually play the game.
Well, recently I just stopped giving a fuck, and I've just been bringing in killed in. So I've just been bringing in 2-hand crossbows with firebolts and just yelling fireball at people.
Oh my god.
Fireball! Oh my god, perfect. So, our first order of discussion today. There's a lot we could talk about. For those of you who haven't been paying attention and not living under a rock, we have a new event coming up pretty soon. We don't have a lot of the specifics, but we did get... I can't even say that. We do have a lot of the specifics. Crytek actually, unprecedentedly, they gave us a list of a bunch of things that are guaranteed to be happening officially instead of letting it all be through leaks. They just told us. So, we've got a bunch we could talk about today in regards to the event. It looks like they might be bringing the lore back. It looks like they're going to be focusing more on the ground, I think, boots on the ground gameplay in a sense. Less huge of an experience. Like the circus was supposed to be the biggest event ever, and then it ended up kind of flopping in that regard. But this event feels like it's just more of a general hunt event. I'm curious to see how you folks on my cast feel about the event so far, from what we know, what little we know. Any of you can jump in here.
So I gotta say, this is actually once again breaking news. You might be able to put a sound effect in here. They actually just revealed what the Obrez Sharp Eye is. I think we all had the precedent that it was going to be some kind of Mosin, just because that's the only thing that it's been related to. But they, in the picture that I posted in the chat, you actually can see that it is a very shortened Mosin with what looks like a Deadeye scope on the side of it.
Ooh, it's
and
a baby
even though it's
Mosin.
yeah, and of course the new legendary hunter reveal with a welder's mask looks dope as hell.
Yeah, he looks cool.
And yeah, and I'm guessing that we're gonna have like more of a skeletal stock, but I'm guessing that might be part of the skin or something. But now that we have this confirmation, I'm really interested to see how this is gonna fit within hunters' loadouts, because people will say like, oh well, why take like any of these new variants when we have like the Obrez or the Obrez Mace, my beloved. But this could provide an interesting ground between maybe like a faster shooting Mosin with less damage, or it could be just a better long range pick. I mean, we don't really know. So what do you think the other guests what do you think about this, just because this is like completely new?
About the Obrez?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I don't usually use the Mosin that often.
Based. Use whatever guns you want. Fuck metas.
But I will say I do like the design of it, and ever since I saw the old, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but back on the old website of Hunt, they did have the Mosin Obrez with the stock on it, and I'm kind of glad they're kind of looking back on and introducing new things, or just taking old stuff and putting it into the game.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it's going to be a 2-slot or a 3-slot, but I'd give it a try once it comes out. Seems like a nice weapon to use.
Yeah, it definitely looks like something that would be viable in any of the metas, but I don't know. It's just kind of odd to put a stock on an Obrez, because the whole point of it was for it to be compact. So we'll see how it plays.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It's just that, like, of course, Crytek loves to do this thing where it's like, look at all the gun and all of its glory, and then all the important information that you want to know about is blurred out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it could be very interesting. I wonder, like, just at least from looking from it, I wonder like how much range it's really gonna have as a long ammo weapon. Like maybe there's gonna be like more drop off or something. But like, I'm always a sucker for Deadeye scopes, especially when they did the Dulce Deadeye, which is now the Bullseye, I guess. So I think that could be interesting to see like how people use it. But yeah, I mean, just even as a quick reveal, I think if this is going to be what the Mosin looks like, and then we have like a regular site for Obrez match, I think it's going to be really interesting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Apparently I'm blind and I can't find the fucking list. I'm trying to find from
I just want to know when my uppercut carbine's going to be in the game.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, there it is. I'm no longer blind. I found it.
All good.
Garden of the Witch, right. That is going to be the name of our next event, Garden of the Witch. A lot of people have been talking. I'll put it on the screen here. The speculation with the art, which I really love the image they put here, by the way. But with like the knife in the window and like the sun coming down on him as he's like the moss growing over the body, it's really cool. There's a lot to love in this preview image we got. But this is, it's interesting because just looking at the Garden of the Witch image, it's a complete tonal shift in every way from the circus that we just had. Like the circus, every fucking image we had was trying to make it look huge, and this is just a guy. So it's really cool to see that they're getting back down to the groundwork of what made events really unique and cool before, or at least that's what they're alluding to. And this is, like, there's a lot of lore implications. There's a lot of people are speculating who this would be. But the cool part is that they actually gave us a list of stuff that is coming in this update. So, for example, the following traits will be exclusive to Garden of the Witch. They're bringing back old traits that were popular. Instead of doing packs, which we'll explain in a bit, they're bringing back Blademancer, Corpse Seer, and Gunrunner. So you can retrieve your launch projectiles, probably also rep them out of people still. Hopefully it does less damage. Corpse Seer, you can receive a dark side boost when looting hunters, even without a bounty token. Very good. It leaves a little thing on the map to let people know that you're there, though. And a Gunrunner, which allows you to equip 2 large guns at the same time. How do you guys feel about this, the traits that they chose?
I think personally, the traits this time around, I'm not sure if it's the perfect balance, but as it says later down in the patch notes, there are some from the previous event that were troop specific that are now being just introduced as regular perks. I think these are all good. I think Gunrunner might have been more of a push, and that might be the popular option, just because I know that a lot of like streamers and people like that, where it's like, oh, it's gonna be the double crossbow, double automat thing, maybe in higher MMRs, which I am praying that it does not happen. But Blademancer is always a popular pick just because it's cool. Corpse Seer, I think, is really good, has some good upsides and downsides. I honestly, for something that's nature based, I would have picked Mariner from Tide of Shadows, because I think like that is a really good support perk. So you're like, okay, I can go into the water, heal a little bit, and then with traits like Vigor and the regen shot, that is a really good, like, oh, I'm environmentally aware. So I think that would have been a better pick. But I guess, if they want to do something that's kind of quick and dirty and less overall like fantastical like the last event, I think these are good ones.
I agree. I'm more excited for Corpse here because I don't know, just having that extra amount of dark side boost to know what the hell is going on is gonna be good. And Blademancer is just a given because I remember being killed a few times by fucking sorry for my language.
But you can swear all
Blades
you
here.
can swear all you want, just don't slur. That's fine.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck.
But yeah, Blades here. Thankfully, they managed to reduce the damage of when receiving those bolts, so it's not as bad. But it might be bad once you're closer to the edge. And as for Gunrunner, I've always loved Gunrunner. It kind of opens up a different types of world when it comes to equipping different weapons. You can always have a Winfield on hand or a slate, and just having that reach of different close range to long ranges is always nice to have.
Yeah. Gunrunner is fun in a sense because you can have like a shotgun and a long range rifle, just full loadout, and feel like you can take on the world. You've got a whole arsenal available to you without having to take the drilling with Dum Dum and Slug. Like you have a whole arsenal. But I think a lot of people I guess high elo has a problem with Gunrunner because it is kind of people always take the same fucking guns in every high elo game anyways, and now they just have the best option available to them.
Yeah.
We just take 2 Mosins. This will be fun and useful.
Yeah, like Blademancer is probably my favorite because it's got more utility. So you're not just getting back the arrows, you're getting back your throwing moves, you're getting back all the shit that you can't pick back up because, the fucking CryEngine's a piece of shit. But it's like, you can't pick up a knife, but yet you can use a Blademancer to get it back. That's always a good thing. Corpse here, I don't really care about. And then when I see Gunrunner, I'm like, oh, they brought back old Quartermaster. Great. How about we just bring back old Quartermaster? Like, I loved old Quartermaster. I used to bring 2 nitros in each game.
Oh my god.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, dude, Blademancer, I like, okay, I'm going to die on this hill. I understand that it's like broken when like, oh, I hit you with an arrow. Cool, I pull out the arrow. Okay, you're fucking dead. See ya, nerd. But I want Blademancer to be for the utility of picking up your stuff. I hate that it does damage. I really do. If it did like the tiniest minuscule damage, like if you pulled out an arrow and it just finished them off if they were really low, I'm fine with that. But like a chunk for a quarter of your health, that's a bit much. So I want it to just be for the utility of picking stuff up, because when you're in a long engagement, forever, you're just lobbing arrows at somebody through windows, you're both running out of ammo. Those are some of the most tense and incredible moments in Hunt. when you have no fucking ammo left and you're like, oh my god, I can't miss this next shot. But Blademancer changes into an incredible utility to pick up everything you've discarded during the fight, and it really changes the dynamic of things. I love Blademancer for that purpose. I hate that it was the all-out aggression perk that it became. I really hope that they adjust it this time around.
No, I definitely agree. I think that just that use of being environmentally conscious about like, oh, I can just pick up all my ammo and be fine with it. Of course, I feel like I want to make a meme where it's just like, okay, who will win? Telekinesis to pick up arrows in the coolest way possible, or my loadout with 4 ammo boxes for my team? Who's gonna win? But yeah, I think if they've tuned it correctly, and judging by how they want to actually put out like faster quick fixes and patches, kind of like how they did with the buzzsaw launcher during the murder circus, I think it could be fine. I think people were worried about Gunrunner and they still are worried about it now, but I feel like people intrinsically forget that like if you're taking Gunrunner, you're basically missing out on like fanning. And fanning for some people is like a core to like how they can deal close range. And like a shotgun, even if you have a Crown King, that's one shot. So like if you at least have like a spray of something that you want to do, it's like, okay, well maybe I have to take another perk. So I think in short, even though Gunrunner might be the popular pick, maybe next to Blademancer, I think, it's still pretty well balanced, even though it is the old quartermaster, like you said.
Yeah, I think Corpse Seer is just going to be there. I don't think a lot of people are going to take Corpse Seer, I'll be honest.
Yeah, but at least it isn't like going to be disregarded like Poltergeist, like during the last.
Poltergeist was fun!
No, it was. You just had to commit to it. That was the problem.
It was okay.
It was okay. Dude, come on, dude. No, Poltergeist, I have moments. And I recorded them, and then I couldn't find the footage, and it made me so mad. I was going to make like a Poltergeist is better than you think type video. Dude, the fact that if I'm in a fight and I'm trying to flank them, I'm trying to get to the other side of the building, I can just close the fucking windows and sprint through safe as a bird. It's so sick. Like, Poltergeist was awesome. I loved it so much.
Well, I like how it's going to become a normal trait now.
Yeah!
So, I do say, I wonder how much it's going to cost. I hope it's less than 4. Because I think if it's like 6 or something, like, of course, Horse is going to be the one that takes it because, Poltergeist is awesome.
It's fun!
Yeah, but
it's
like,
okay.
I feel... Oh my god! I gotta say this right now. You feel like the first John Hunt Showdown over here, like the voice, the cantor, like you're like I've seen some shit in my day, and then it's like
literally John Victor.
John...
He's literally John Victor. He's been here since day one.
He's Colonel Sanders. You can see his image right now.
I mean, that's what I called him for years. Was Colonel Sanders. So.
Yeah, but just even besides that point, I think that as long as it's not too expensive, I think a lot of people are going to pick Poltergeist for the plays, but also for the memes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, I guess since we're talking about Poltergeist, we just now an actual trait coming to the game, everybody. Whoa, yeah! All right, I guess we could talk about the rest of the stuff that's coming in the in the actual update, because they gave us a lot of info ahead of time now, which is cool. Usually we have to rely on leaks. This time Crytek got ahead of the game. So in update 2.3, along with a bunch of like quality of life, performance, stability, insert corporate buzzword here, whatever, we also have a lot of stuff coming. For example, this one, actually, I'm very curious how you guys feel about this. It's very controversial for, I feel, no reason. The new hunters are from recruitments now are going to be coming with 10 upgrade points immediately. They're just going to give you a pool of 10 upgrade points to get whatever you want. So instead of it, because forever, the way that recruits have always worked is that they give you random traits from a pool of traits. And they've adjusted it over the years. But now you just get to pick your own. How do you guys feel about that? I'll jump in later with how I feel.
I feel like it's going to make it consistent, but not as good as it used to be. I remember when getting a new hunter, I would always either get fanning or levering, and then I would just like get rid of those and immediately get doctor or some other perks that would keep me alive. Having it being stick to 10, you could still buy either levering or fanning. So I think they're just trying to minimize the amount of players that can immediately get that, who can just, grab fanning, grab levering, spam whatever they can for that first round, and then keep going from there. But I think it's a decent choice so far.
I agree. I think I will say I will miss how I would have to, like, when I would look at a hunter, it's like, okay, well, these are the strengths that I played towards. Am I going to refund it? Which, admittedly, I do like 90% of the time. But I think that, like, I liked how it's like, oh, I have to really think about, like, how I'm playing with this hunter. And I do agree that even if, like, someone's going to be picking fanning every single round, like, still could get one shot. And they'll have to rethink about, like, okay, do I want more of a utility loadout? Do I want to be, like, have more passive buffs? Do I want anything like that? So there still is a lot of choice that you get to do. But the one thing that this is going to remove, which I'm very happy with, is that we're no longer going to get fucking Scopesmith and Iron Eye in the same goddamn perks. Like, how the fuck are you like, okay, I'm going to take two slot weapons. One of them's going to be the fucking Springfield Compact Deadeye, because I have that one perk. And then the other one's going to be like, I don't know, fucking Shotgun. It's like, I hated when that combo came up, and I'm so glad that we're going to get that. Basically, that's going to be removed, because I think a lot of people were complaining about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care. Like, I think the 10-point upgrade thing is fine. I mean, it's a new hunter. This really just helps out people who aren't really good at getting money. Like, if they're low on cash, they can't buy a legendary hunter, then they're just going to go this route, which is completely fine with me.
Well, I think a lot of people's issue with it is like, and this comes down to the dichotomy, the difference between Crytek developing Hunt Showdown to be a better game versus the veterans of Hunt Showdown wanting it to feel like Hunt Showdown. Because the thing about recruiting hunters was, thematically, there was a purpose to that. You never knew what traits they were going to have, because everybody getting like the gift of Darksight, it's different for everybody. They all get these different traits because it's like essentially voodoo magic, right? Everybody gets random bullshit happening to them. You could grow a third arm, for fuck's sake. So, like, in reality, it made sense that everybody was getting random traits, plus it increased the variance of traits that you saw in-game. So, like, because some people wouldn't refund them, especially back before you actually got fucking refunds, because you would just be stuck with the traits that were on your hunter. So, I think, if we're being honest, this is how I feel about it. Everybody and their mama just refunded the traits anyways and got what they wanted. So as cool as the idea of getting the random traits is, 99% of hunters, they weren't random anyways. They circumvented it. So it was fucking pointless. So as cool as the idea is, we're human. And we like to play with what we like to play. If somebody wants to have fanning every fucking game, they'll refund every trait on their hunter that they get and take fanning. It's just how it is. We can't avoid it. So lean in and give everybody freedom. I'm totally on board.
Yeah. I mean, we could go back to the day where blood bonds were the currency to take stuff off. So,
Oh God, don't remind me.
I'm fine with that too.
Put uppercut in my mouth and pull the trigger, for God's sake.
Hey, blood bonds were free back then. Back in my day, blood bonds were free. You could get as many as you wanted by playing the game.
Those damn things.
Oh, I miss those. God damn it! Like
I do not miss free blood, bro. No. Okay, I respect. Okay, I respect your opinion. But fuck you.
I definitely get it, though. The decision to make it like, treat it like a premium currency was definitely a good idea in hindsight. But I will say I do miss them. But I understand the decision.
I miss my little number of blood bonds ticking up after every single game. It made the game feel more fulfilling, is what I'll say. Because you felt like you were really earning something. And I get that. However, the negative of every single item in the game having to get like a 400 blood bond increase inflation is crazy. The fact that I have to look at a fucking consumable skin, like a frag bomb skin, and I have to go, wow, this is an $8 skin for a fucking frag bomb that I'm going to pull out and immediately throw and not be able to look at. And that's only because blood bonds were free and infinitely grindable. If that was never the case, skins would be so much cheaper. And we're still looking at the inflation now. Like, they never lowered the cost of 80% of the fucking items, but now we don't have infinite blood bonds. It's like a permanent stain that we have to deal with now. Skins are way more expensive than they should be because blood bonds were free before, and it sucks. I wish they would have reevaluate every skin, dude. Fuck.
I mean, don't forget, you can also clean your gun for 2 blood bonds.
Oh god.
I
I fucking hated that.
Yeah, I hated that shit too. It was just but of course it's like then like I remember there was one good moment and it was accidental where I was like, okay, I want to like transfer this weapon over when I was dealing with the old UI, and I accidentally cleaned 10 contraband variants of the same gun. And and then I was a little bit off, so I couldn't get the fucking battle pass. And then I'm just like, well, at least the gun's clean. And I'm just looking at it, just like, why the fuck did I do this? So yeah, I'm glad that it's gone. I will say, I kind of wish that the ability to clean guns in game was still a thing when you like unlock the new variant with gun oil and how it works now. Just because it'd be like, oh, you polish the gun up a little bit, you learn a little bit more about it, bam, you get like a new variant or something. Like I think that would be a nice thing, but I know that like nobody would care.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's like 80% of things in Hunt, right? Like, let's be honest. I fully immerse myself in the world of Hunt. When I play the game, it's not just about playing the game. I love looking at everything around me, taking in the nature, taking in everything. It's such a unique game in that regard. But 95% of players don't give a fuck. They just want to play the game, they want to shoot somebody, they want to have the cool moments, and they want to go next. So, as cool as we could talk about all these different things being and how authentic it was, how like true to the world it was, it doesn't matter. Because the most of the player base doesn't care at all. They don't even think about it. So it's like, what the fuck? You can't win. You just have to make the gameplay good. That's all you can do. Because it's
and to that point, like, no good.
That kind of reminds me of a thing one of my friends said. I'm not going to say who, but they mentioned about fucking sliding in Hunt Showdown. And I just immediately was like, no.
Let's go, dude!
I don't want
Let
that.
me wave dash in Hunt Showdown.
Just...
Hello, hunters. I am Dennis Schwartz, and today we are adding Pathfinder from Apex Legends and adding zip
No. I don't want Pathfinder grappling around with a Kraber on top of Mammon's Gulch sniping me from spawn. I don't want that.
I wish I could animate. I wish I could animate so I could animate Dennis Schwartz, like have the podcast cut to Dennis Schwartz talking about this, and then fucking Pathfinder ziplining around in the bayou.
Oh my! Also, if you have taken into consideration skins for guns that do not have it yet, and we are ignoring them and getting 12 more Scottfield skins. Thank you for the dev update. Goodbye, and it just like shuts off.
Dude, I fucking can't, man.
Oh god!
I miss this. I miss Between the Hunt. This is fun.
One of my biggest issues is like I got a lot of streamer friends and a lot of partner friends, and a good half of them will always complain that the game is too slow and. Bounty Clash is better. And I'm like, that's the whole fucking point, is that it's supposed to be slow. You're supposed to be hunting people. I don't know anybody in real life that goes out with an M2 to fucking hunt deer, and they're just running out there in the middle of the field trying to kill something. Like, you either play the game as it's intended or you want something faster. If you want something faster, go play Call of Duty. Go play Apex. Like,
I'm right there with you. I agree, dude. I remember when I first started playing Hunt, way back in the day, back when I spent 50 fucking hours using only a bow and an axe because I thought it was cool, and I thought it was really cool doing that. Mm-hmm. I could basically just crouch and walk around and fuck off being so slow, and I would be fine. The game wouldn't end in 5 minutes, and now the game actually is so much faster than people realize. Like, I'm in almost every game. People are getting to the fucking bounty target and clearing it out within like 2 minutes. Like, it's just get from point A to point B as soon as possible. And so, like, people say the game needs to be faster. I've heard people say that. I agree with you. And I hate it. Hunt was meant to be slow and methodic. Every game was meant to feel purposeful. Your loadout mattered. Every single thing mattered. It was slow and it was agonizing, and some people hated that, right? And that's fine. It's a niche game. We don't need to pander to everybody who likes COD. We can be our own fucking game. The people who don't like Call of Duty can come play Hunt Showdown because it's slow and methodical. Every thought matters. Every step matters. And that feels really cool when you actually succeed and fucking kill somebody because you took it slow and outplayed them. But now they're trying to get rid of that.
Yeah, like the whole Res Bolt thing. Like they wanted it to be faster. Or something that helps you res faster. Oh no, we don't like that. We take that. We need that to be slower. But it's like, but you want it to be faster. Like, what the fuck do you want? You can't just cherry pick this shit to be faster.
No, you can't. And like, man, I will say I do appreciate the slow, and I actually have been taking it slower during the downtime. Like I usually do not like sniper scopes, but I've been actually taking them more and kind of like watching players enter compounds and stuff. And like sometimes I kill them, but sometimes I'm just like, okay, well, what are they gonna do? Like, how are they acting? And then like eventually, once I kind of think about it, I was like, okay, well, this is a good shot, and I take it, and then I either miss or something else happens, and I think once you kind of figure out that, like, okay, there are these points, there's these places where you cross open fields over here. And I love that even still now you have to really learn about the maps, even when they like change compounds and stuff. And I think that's like one of the most rewarding things that you can learn about this game. It is that positioning. And to Horse's credit, you like when you can crouch around, sneak with a bow, like be silent like that to like get people like worried. Like I think that's great. I will say though, fuck the old 60-minute timer, because I have a couple clips where my friends and I would literally spend, once we like banish a target, we spent the whole 60 minutes in a fucking compound. And it was only like luck when I would like kill somebody with a headshot, and like we wouldn't even kill the rest of the team. We would just like book to the X shot because it's fucking 56 seconds until the game ends. And that I think with it being 45 minutes, I think that's completely fine because it still is a bunch of time.
Oh yeah, there's got to be a balance between having it be a long time and having it be reasonable, because there have been times where it would take an entire hour to finish one match and you'd be just going through hell, like barely surviving, and then you end up getting and dying on the extraction by some guy with a sniper.
God, honestly, it would just like I think there can be still some play styles for that, but just like I feel like if you're doing that, it's like, what, dude, are you like scrolling on like social media like while you're still sitting there? You're just like, oh wait, no, someone's coming. Oh wait, no, never mind. Okay, back to fucking whatever, Instagram or something.
Dude, I wish I could play Hunt slow, but I can't. I can't because I'm punished for that. The game ends if I'm playing slow. I have to get to the fucking bounty as soon as possible. There's no other way around it. And maybe that's my boomer talk coming into play here, because even though I don't have a shit ton of hours in Hunt and I have crippled fingies, blah blah blah, I'm bad at the game. I've had the game since fucking year one. I bought it when it first came out and then barely played it, but I've had it. And it just felt different, I guess. But
it's definitely been evolving ever since. Let's see, what was it? Maybe since Serpent Moon, I think.
yeah.
No. Probably Devil's Moon, because like they have been adding, different types of perks, all these different abilities, and it's just been adding on to whatever play style. And that's actually probably a good segue to our play styles as players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. So, part of what I wanted today's podcast to be about, because I love talking to you hunters about your experiences, everybody in the Bayou has a way they play the game. Even if they won't admit it, they have certain things they like, certain guns they like, and the most important milestone for a hunter when they first start playing the game is that first loadout, that first play style, that first thing that really latches onto you, that you love when you first start playing Hunt, whether it's like me, with a bow and an axe, getting no fucking kills. Everybody has a thing that they click with when they first start playing, and I'm curious for you folks, what your first loadout, your first play style. I want you to kind of put me in your shoes when you first started playing Hunt. What really clicked for you when you started playing, if you remember? Anybody can jump in.
I remember focusing on close quarters when I really started getting into it. I would pick up Night Acolyte with a Romero hatchet and some sort of pistol, and just do what I can to just cover everyone in the compound. mostly fails, but there was a few successful ones. I just loved the close quarters combat in Hunt Showdown. It's just adrenaline pumping. Like, you see the target, you move around the fucking the houses and all of that, and when they hit you once, you gotta paddle back, but then it's all about that give and take of like you hit that one shot, you can go for that final kill, and you could just get him on the side of the neck with a hatchet.
Yeah, for me, it was the nitro before the aperture change.
Fucking
And,
Pick.
you know, before, like, it was probably a nitro uppercut back in the day, but nowadays it's pretty much like a bow and nitro.
my man on the Nitro Express, dude.
Dude, it's such a good gun. I love
It
it.
is.
Bro, it's got. I would describe the sight on that weapon as the thingamabob. I hate that fucking thing. I cannot aim with the Nitro, dude.
The aperture
yeah.
sight's the best sight in the game. Don't at me. Like,
I have
if I take the fucking LaBelle aperture or the Winfield aperture, that sight stays up 100%.
I love the aperture, but I hate the fucking blur around it. It's not even about like the picture sight because I think it is really good. It's just that like when it feels like a tunnel vision thing for me because I'm like with the nitro sight I'm like okay if I generally aim here the big fucking bullet will kill them, but like if I have like a level or something or God forbid the fucking 1865 aperture, it feels like I'm like okay I can't see anything around me. My hunter needs to put their fucking glasses on. If they remove that blur, I would totally fucking main aperture sights, but until then, like, I don't know, Deadeye Marksman, something like that.
It used to be a lot different. Like, it's
That is
never been like that.
Didn't it have iron sights before?
No, it's always had that aperture sight.
damn.
Yeah, a lot of people used to be like, oh, and no, it had iron sights a long time ago. No, it's never had that.
Hmm. I love how like when there's no content, people can like gaslight themselves into thinking that a weapon acted completely.
Oh, 100%.
It's so fun to watch.
Man, back in my day, you would just instantly reload the Romero, man. What the fuck did they do to this thing? What the hell?
Oh my god. I'm surprised that people have thought that I'm surprised there hasn't been a debate yet about like the Caldwell rival having a faster reload because it technically didn't. It's just that they made it historically accurate because there was no shell ejector on it. Because I remember back in the day where it would be like, oh, you would, reload the shotgun, the shells would come flying out because like, oh, dopamine and shit. And then like someone corrected them and you're like, oh, okay, well let's just remove that, and then it's still the same reload speed. I when that day comes, I cannot wait to just laugh. Cause oh my god. But I guess for me, because I'm thinking about like loadouts and some stuff, I think I was close quarters too. Like I remember just maining the fuck out of the Romero, just because I was like, okay, it's one shot. I can generally aim in this area, and even if I miss, I know that it's like, okay, that's fine. And I would basically like sit in the corner because I was fucking terrified. I still didn't know really what like sound like and how that really was really important to this game. And yeah, I suffered a lot, but like when I would get a kill, it felt like the biggest win in the world. Even if my team didn't kill the team. And it would just I just love that thing. And I still love it today. I think like whenever I'm bored, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take like a Romero, no special shots, no slugs, no nothing, and then like just go close quarters hunting and see if I could be aggressive. And it really does bring back some good memories because I love the poverty pipe. That's what I call it. I just love it so much.
Romero chat, stay winning, bro. Have you played Bounty
Fuck
Clash?
yeah.
Romero chat, stay winning in Bounty Clash.
Oh, I love it in Bounty Clash.
Oh man.
All right, fuck it. I want to die on this hill. Bounty Clash, how do you guys feel about it? I ask everybody this because some people think it's like the worst thing in the game. Some people think it's the best thing in the game. I want to know how you guys feel about Bounty Clash.
I think it's fine. Me and my other friends use it as like a warm up just to get the blood pumping, get used to the controls or back into it. And especially if you have like, it's also good for grinding because you could just like grab some free hunters, go in for a couple of rounds, get your blood line up. And honestly, it's not a bad mode as people are making it out to be. At least I think so.
It keeps the fast track people out of my bounty games, so I'm completely fine with that.
Yeah, for me, I remember I used to like people were like, dude, I want to like push and whatnot. I'm just like, if you want PvP, go to fucking Wellspring. Of course, no one remembers that. Well, people still play it. I will say, but like, I think because of Bounty Clash, I had this thing where I was wondering if Bounty Clash would basically replace Quick Play, but of course they can't because they still have the like 3 Steam achievements on there for those completionists. But I think that when I was playing it, I got my ass kicked, but it did fulfill like, okay, I did kill 1 or 2 people and it was quick, but like I kind of still like setting up and whatnot. I don't like trying to figure out a compound like first thing and then like all the shotgun players come out and I somehow brought a sparks like a moron. So it's like I think it's fine. I think there's nothing intrinsically wrong with it, and I'm glad they're making some adjustments where it's like, okay, it's going to be less teams overall. Nighttime is kind of like a whatever thing, so we're just getting rid of that. And like it's just like maybe it's the best way to teach somebody about the game after the tutorial. But then like once you get into bounty hunt, it's like, okay, it's completely different. You have to really adjust to it. So it's staying. I'm fine with it as long as they're not going to prioritize it for any kind of like exclusive skins or something like that. Because then I feel like people would not like it.
Yeah, that's always the fears, dividing the player base.
Listen, you're not ready for the Bounty Clash Battle Pass, all right? Next season, it's gonna be great. We're gonna get a unique Romero skin. We're gonna get a charm on there. It's gonna be Dennis's head. It's gonna be Dennis's head pogging on the side of your gun for the Bounty Clash Battle Pass. Tune in next podcast episode. We'll be going over that Battle Pass for Bounty Clash. It's gonna be heat. It's gonna be the Clash Pass. All right, Crytek, give me 10% of the revenue from selling the Clash Pass. It was my idea first. I want the money.
I'm gonna hack Horse's computer and like hold that poltergeist clip hostage because of what he just said.
Crytek will give you 15% layoffs.
Oh my god!
Oh man, hey, all right. I don't want to talk about the layoffs too much, but that's funny as fuck. But all right, that had to happen. I'll die on this hill. Every game company had bloat from COVID. It happened.
Oh yeah.
It's just for the sustainability of the game. The sad part is you have to crunch down and focus on your best talent and get the best people for the job on the job. And I think they're doing that now. I think this event already feels worlds different than what the circus felt like. The circus, because for those of you in the audience who are like just getting into hunt per se, or say you took a huge break and you were ignoring, oh, it's a circus, fuck that, I'm not going to be involved with that nonsense, whatever. They were drastically trying to ramp up hunt. They wanted hunt to be mainstream like Call of Duty if they could. They were specifically marketing the circus as the biggest event ever for hunt, ever. Out of all of them. And they actually paid for ads. Like, for God's sake, they paid for an ad in the Game Awards. That shit costs millions of dollars. They paid for millions of dollars for a fucking 30-second ad in the Game Awards. And none of those people play Hunt. That's not the fucking audience for Hunt.
A third of the budget went into that one ad. I guarantee you.
I'm telling you, dude.
I'm telling you, man, that Kim Kardashian collab's gonna be fire.
No,
bro, the Hawk Tua girl. We're gonna get her in Hunt Showdown, bro. I'm telling. So, my God, between Ghostface and the Post Malone collab, the circus event, the ad and the Game Awards, they were pulling all the stops to make Hunt mainstream Call of Duty level, and it completely flopped. It didn't work at all. Yeah. Because Hunt's not a fucking mainstream game. It is a niche game. Go ahead.
They were just trying to broaden out to other audiences, which I get. Sometimes you have to do that. But they should have realized that how dedicated their fan bases were or is. Because like even though we didn't like it, we'll still keep playing these events. But it's just I don't know, trying to make it appeal to other people who, it's just not their thing. I don't think it was the way they should have going for Post Malone and fucking Ghostface, which I won't lie, I did like the circus theme. I thought it was cool. It's just Post Malone was everywhere.
Yeah.
No, the circus theme was cool, dude. Like freak shows were a thing back then. It would have been really cool to see them fully embrace the dark, grungy, disgusting world of Hunt in a freak show type setting. It could have been like a horror circus type thing, but instead it was just the funny circus in Hunt, kind of.
It's like Payday 2's Alysso heist. You see his face everywhere, and you're just like, okay, yep. This is his time to shine. I know. Can I just enjoy the circus theme? Because on the silencer skin, there are so many of Post Malone's signature on
the
it.
PM, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
No.
ludicrous.
It's a hot take, but I absolutely hate that stupid green and gold silence crack skin. Like, with the fucking snake coiling up the barrel.
Oh,
It's too
there's
much
that
gold.
take. I think a lot
It's
of
too
people
much
have that
gold.
skin.
I fucking hate it. It's stupid.
You mean you want your skins to be like wood, iron?
Now, if it was like gold, like etching in the barrel, that would have been cool. But that fucking
Okay, I can
snake,
agree.
like that,
Yeah.
that's just too much.
Yeah, subtlety.
Yeah, too much gold.
subtlety.
Like the Statesman also has like his guns dipped in gold and
Yeah.
chocolate. Or
That's
whatever.
because he's a little bitch and he wants to be flashy and to be a fucking a piece of shit. All right, so it makes sense for him,
Based.
man. It's canonical.
I'm always a sucker for like weapon skins that look like it's been picked up from the trash with barbed wire and shoddy welding. I love the demented skins, weapon skins. I love them. They're
My piece of
gross.
shit backyard Romero I slapped together with iron, wood, and voodoo magic.
Yes, I want more piece of shit weapons because no one else is going to use them, but also they're just fun. Like the bat skin or the hermit bat skin.
Oh my god, the
it's
hermit
just a stick.
Dude, the hermit stick is heat. I love it. So it's just a fucking stick.
Really
It
great.
really is.
Give me a cool Crytek. Give me a cool stick skin for the cavalry sword. I'm giving you $1 million ideas in this podcast. It just to make it a
Sure.
cool looking stick. It'll
A
appeal to the
sharpened
12-year-old in every man, and they'll buy it.
Oh my god. I mean, I think since we're now on this, I think that like I'm a fan of when they give a skin that isn't related to like a DLC or like a specific hunter. They give like kind of a cool backstory to it. Like I really like because it was the first legendary I remember getting. I really liked Bunny, that Mosin sniper, because it had like the story like, oh, it was like one of the original like hellhounds like master, and then like he had the gun he dedicated towards the dog. Like I really like shit like that. And and maybe it did get a little generic where it's like, okay, engraving, silver, gold, something else. And I still liked it. I like when they still kind of do that because it's like it gives the gun a unique person that had it. It wasn't just like, okay, we as much as I do like some of the Demented skins, when we got too many of them, especially during Tide of Desolation, like I fucking hate that razor spine skin for the drilling hatchet.
Oh god.
I'm like, okay, it looks cool. It fits the lore. It literally is just a bunch of broken fucking rusty nails and like a half of like a saw blade. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's gonna give you tetanus, but like, I don't know. I really like the Death Skull one they did for a streamer like a couple months back, and I would
yeah.
rather have like that kind of cool personality to it rather than like I think the welder skins coming up are going to be pretty cool, but like as long as they do have that kind of unique touch to them, where it's like, oh, this one was like maybe dipped in some kind of unique forage, or like maybe it's something where like the metal to it is really unique. Like I want that. I don't want. I do like backyard guns, but like it gets too much after a while.
Any scapula enjoyers in chat?
Oh, the bone
Oh yeah.
skins.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Those
Yeah.
are cool.
I fucking I love that. Oh, when you mentioned the like skins with stories, I do kind of have a bit of a theory between the Death's Letter brawler with the headsman. I do have a kind of a theory about that.
Oh, for the
All right,
headsman.
all right,
Okay, yeah,
All right,
tell
spit it, man. Spit your theory.
Okay, so so it came out before the event for the Halloween event when Headsman came out. It had the lyrics and everything. But after the song came out, we got to hear more of the lyrics, which described the headsman, a man covered in cloth, holding a moth, all that stuff. But then in the lore of the Nagant, it mentions how the pistol once belonged to a soldier during the war. Now, a part of me likes to have some sort of headcanon for the headsman, the fact that he used to be a soldier and that was his gun. And what he saw was 10,000 men gone on the battlefield. That's what I think is the reason why he hides his face, because he's afraid that he could have been one of those 10,000 men that the song described just disappearing. Another part of me also thinks that he might have killed a part of his regiment with his axe, so that's why he kind of does that. He kind of wears the mask for guilt and all that. But I just love those little bits of connection that I can make in the game. I wish there was more of that. Or maybe I just haven't
There
seen
might
it
be. There might be. There might be in this next event. It looks like they're trying to make more of a lore focus again, back to the core audience of the game. You know, maybe.
yet. I really hope so. I really
Try-
hope.
Crytek, I am on my hands and knees. Please do more audio logs. I love that shit. I'm glad that we got some back on the website, and I know that people are like, "Oh, it should be in the game." The books are back. It created unique, but once again, I kind of agree with Horse's point that it was really cool. I'm glad it was there. Nobody fucking used it, besides like acquiring like the 1 or 2 blood bonds you would get from before 1896. But
Oh, yeah.
I really do like them. They do add a lot of character to the event.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a constant balance between this is cool and thematic and nobody fucking cares about it. Because the bottom line is, if there's a feature in the game that literally no one uses, maybe 5 fucking people touch it a month. They touch it when they use it when they have to for their blood bonds. Like, it's whatever. I wasn't
like Trials.
right. They said like Trials unironically was bad for the game. Nobody did it, and if they tried Trials, they would go, "Man, this shit sucks," and stop playing. Like Trials was bad for the game.
Except me. I went through that shit because I like
Hey, don't get me
Me
bro.
too.
Hey, don't get me bro. Don't get me wrong. I want it back because I make videos exploring the maps, and I can't explore them without getting shot in the face because I can't go in a trial by myself and fucking walk around. So like I want something like that. But Crytek listens to my pleas, and they take a shit on my chest. They just don't care. They don't care.
They give you another Scottfield skin, man. I don't know.
Please.
Wait, that fucking reminds me. I know this might be off topic, but
Bro,
kind of wish
Go
all
ahead.
the weak, the weak shots and the regular shots were like the same skins. Like they came from the same pool.
All right. I don't think I understand. Explain, so I can understand what you're saying.
Okay, you know how? Okay, let's see, Silver Spurs. That's his name. Yeah, you know Silver Spurs.
Yep.
He has a weak vitality shot. I wish we can use that weak vitality shot skin on regular vitality shots.
Oh, okay.
And
I
vice
see what you
versa.
mean.
Okay.
Well, we're getting some of that. If you remember in the circus event, the previous pass, they started introducing skins that what the hell was the term they called it? Tribal skins or something? It's where instead of it being a very unique and thematically awesome skin where it's got lore and stuff, it would be a more like generic chroma looking type of skin, and then you could apply that to a whole class of weapons. Like
a family of skins. Yeah.
right. They're starting to introduce a little bit of that for the more simple skins. If it's a simple looking skin, you can put it on multiple different things. Or rather, say like it goes in the Romero, it can go on all the types of Romero. Like that's they're leaning into that a little bit. So maybe they'll get to where you're looking for eventually. I think there's a lot of potential there. But it's hard.
That gives me some hope.
Yeah.
It gives me some hope.
Yeah, but also, they might just completely pull a 180 on that because that was part of the circus event, and they're kind of terrified of doing anything that was like in the circus event. Except for, Blademancer, bring it back, fuck it. Yeah, let's just kill people.
Actually, Horse kind of has a good point here because I think that, technically, I will say it can be argued that they still did do this. But remember during Serpent Moon where they had like the evolving skin of like the one hunter, but it's 4 stages? Like I thought that was kind of a cool idea. And I will say now I think they've elaborated on the concept by providing 2 different hunter skins. Of course, this is probably for a monetization primarily, where it's like 2 of the same skin, but they're like different like personalities or like 2 different types.
Different points in their life. Yeah, different.
Yeah, like I think that I would love it if they did something similar to where they introduced the like back during Tide of Desolation where they had the 2 drowned versions Like those were really cool. And I think that if we get something like that for another event, like in the future, where it's like, oh, it's like maybe it's like oh, like imagine this. What if um the preacher, he is given like this skin, of course it could be too flashy, I don't know, where like he was consumed by like an immolator and like he's like somewhat burned because of it, but he's still a hunter. That could be kind of cool. So
Yes.
like yeah, where it gives a new face to an existing hunter, or if it's the evolving hunter concept, there's more of a, like an identity shift between them. That would be cool.
So,
Or maybe going back.
yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Or maybe going backwards, where we can have like a Deputy Harden or Isaac Powell's before he became a leader of the Night Hunter. Like I have had like my mind on this for a while. I would love for there to be just exploring like what would the old hunters would look like. I would love that.
A Deputy Harding, honestly, that would be really interesting to see.
Yeah. No, I'm on board. Crytek, again, $1 million ideas here. Just create skins from different points in popular hunters' lore, or like previous points of their life, or even future points of their life. Just hypothetical skins, essentially. So like the closest thing I could think of is like the blighted variants in Dead by Daylight, which I put in their chat.
Oh yeah.
Like so stuff like that, where it's like it's the same character, but you're modifying how they look in a significant way to appeal to like a lore sense or like a what if type of sense. It's really cool. And for somebody like they did a little bit of that. Like what was it? The Phantom. The Phantom got another variant, which was cool to see. The Regal Phantom. I don't think there's any like lore implication of it, but it was cool to see that they're doing variants now in a sense.
I always thought it was just his father came back from the dead just to kill his son again.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that they lean more into like the theatric kind of thing, where it's like oh, he's like the kind of like opera singer ish. Like if that was actually true, that like I know in the lore it's very simple, just because it was a very like first generation what I call hunter. But I do agree, and of course it was influenced by Rock to Z. But I think it was still really cool, and I think that if we got those kind of variants, I think having the identity of those hunters reimagined, because like I feel like there's only so long you can stick to a certain theme, but not like in the sense of like, oh, we're introducing Ghostface because it's a recognizable IP, and then it flops because nobody really wants Ghostface in a game like this. It's more in the sense of like, okay, remember how like everybody was complaining about hunters with like glasses and like that Western look, and then they shifted? And I feel like right now we're in another one of those shifting periods where it's like maybe with the next event we get skins that represent like, oh, this is part of like the nature side, like expanding on that, or like this is like industrialization coming in full force. So like we have more people like maybe like either worker hunters or like dude, I want a mine work like a mine. I can't say this out loud.
I want a miner in Hunt Showdown.
That one line from that one Kendrick song. I think that would be really interesting, because I think it would give more depth to like where these people went and how they evolved with the hunt. I think that is the shift that we're looking towards. Though they could always bring something more mystical in. Like I know that they're making that DLC for the voodoo themed hunter, and how it still kind of relates back to the circus in a way. But like that works because it is world building around like the more supernatural element. So if they lean more into like this hunter had an occupation before coming in, which they've always done, but I think that if they leaned into it more, people would more be interested in it.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. I need to know. I need more opinions on this. Ghostface, how do you fuckers feel about this? I want to lean back to Ghostface. I'll start with you, my Colonel Sanders shaped friend on the end of my podcast. How do you feel about Ghostface?
I don't think it really has a place. Like, I know a lot of people will fucking talk about how well it's based on painting from such and such era, blah blah blah, but I don't really think it fits the gothic country vibes that the game has set up. So I don't really think it has a place, but if people want it, they're going to spend money on it. So just a way for them to make money.
I respect that opinion. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think for me, like, I remember where people were like, "Oh my god, it's Ghostface. Hunt's identity died this era." I remember that fucking uproar. But like, even though like the effect, like the initiative failed, it is still one of like Hunt's like best selling DLCs like ever. Like just based on the reviews, because there's like over like 600, and those were people that were like, "Oh, this is generally cool. I like this." You know, that's for that crowd. I think for me, the most saddest part about it is that for my taste it had some of the best weapon skins for like a
Oh,
DLC.
oh my
Like I
god, Hush
love that.
looks so good, dude. And
Yeah,
the
I love
knife
the
is
Bornheim
sick.
silencer and like the knife with like kind of like how it's like that twin blade thing. Like there was genuinely such a cool idea behind it. And then like I know that people were saying like, oh, if they change Ghostface model to not have that stupid ass mask, then it could maybe fit a little bit more, maybe like spruce it up a little bit. But like but then like is it Ghostface and is that what the people that they're like the IP that they're taking, like is that what they want? Because there probably was very strict like, okay, you have to have this to make it look like Ghostface, and they had to do it. And then
It's
that's why
definitely
people go ahead, go ahead.
it's definitely an outlier when it comes to being a Hunt Showdown skin.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, brother, we have Post Malone now, right? Anything's possible.
Oh, except him too.
I'm telling you, bro. The
I
next
was
Man,
still
that,
dying
collab's
that
on
gonna
Kim
go
some
Kardashian
crazy.
skin's gonna
We're
be
gonna
good.
get
I
Kendrick
cannot wait for
Lamar
that.
in Hunt Showdown.
Kendrick
I don't want
Lamar
to think
must.
about that.
He's
I don't
just
want to
one
think.
giant glass bottle of mustard, and he gets to run around shooting with
Mustard.
her.
Listen. I've been talking about this joke for multiple years, bro. But give me the hot dog with mustard on it gun skin, okay? We're gonna go full Fortnite. I want a hot dog with buns that shoots out mustard. Give it to me, Crytek.
I can imagine them doing an April Fool's joke about that. Like it's a crossover with horseshoes and hand grenades.
Oh my god.
That'd be hilarious.
Like they it's like you have the Romero, but instead of reloading the shell, you just put like a fucking hot dog in there and you reload it. Oh my god, that would be awesome. Once again,
Crytek,
$1 million
$1 million
ideas.
ideas. I'm about to fucking call this podcast $1 million ideas for Hunt Showdown. Oh my god.
Parentheses. Oh yeah, the update to lol.
All right, but
Close
actually,
parentheses.
you know what? I actually like this. I like that idea. I like that question to talk about. Tell you what, our two new guests, because my gentleman friend and I, we've been on this cast before. I want you two. What are your $1 million ideas? What do you got? What's a hot take? What's your $1 million idea for Hunt Showdown?
Oh my god. Okay, you. I probably would want to let. I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
I need to like think of some right now because I do have some in like in the back burner. I just gotta like go
Like
back
in the
to them.
recesses of your mind, you just got to dig them out.
Yeah, I gotta like really get to it. Hold on.
He left it at the coffee maker this morning.
God damn it!
I think a collab with what the fuck is that dude's name? American McGee. Like with his horror aesthetics, I think that would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I would love that.
I gotta look that up.
Because when I first started playing Hunt Showdown, it felt like a survival horror game.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's what I loved about the game.
This
And
gonna be
then-
the fucking Alice game. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with it. I love this aesthetic. Actually, I'm with it. Let's do it. Fucking.
And then like when 1.0 came out, that's when I like stopped playing the game for a year or two. Because I hated trios.
Oh yeah, trios. Ugh.
All right, I think I got him. All right,
All
I
right.
got him now.
All right, Crytek,
All right.
listen up. $1 million ideas. Right
Putting me on the spot
down the
here.
pipe.
Okay, I think they should like go back to some of the characters and kind of expand upon them, and maybe look at the different factions that were there before. Actually, no, maybe include some of the newer stuff too, because I'm not gonna lie, Hunt's factions are goddamn interesting, and I love them.
Yeah,
I
cool.
love, but I should probably get back on the track. I wish they had events that were about conflicts between different factions, and within the audio logs would explain the cults, the religion, their process, and maybe some additional variations of existing hunters. Like, I want to see a conflict between the Knight of the Hunters with the Demented Pack. I want to see how they would clash, or the Sinners, like an underrepresented group of hunters that we've only gotten one skin for, which is Viper. And and this might be just me, but I would love for the Inferno to come back. The original Inferno from the Devil's Moon event. I
Fuck
love
yeah,
the fire
I love having 10 FPS in Hunt Showdown. It's fucking peak!
I love just being invincible to fire. I love it. All right, just being nearly invincible to it and just filling the whole room with fire bombs and just going in with a shotgun. It's just,
I loved when the whole world was on fire and I had 10 frames. That was my favorite part of Hunt, when I could fucking count the frames. It was my favorite little mini game to play. Okay, but no, but unironic. Okay, let's die on that hill. Rain. I love the rain. I don't care if people say it ruins the dynamic of fights in Hunt. It changes them. It doesn't ruin them. It's a whole new dynamic of the game. The fact that you can wait, you can sit there, listen, and wait for the rain to get heavy and then sprint across to their building and catch them off guard is one of the best feelings in Hunt Showdown. No other game allows for that level of depth in PvP, and that's what makes Hunt Hunt. Bring the fucking rain back. Bring it back.
I agree.
Me and my friends used to do that. Yeah.
So cool, dude. Fuck.
My game theory, my game theory a week ago was that if they were actually going to be doing mainly fixes, like, and not just another like event, kind of like what they're doing now, I would say that like during the summer they would bring back Rain, Inferno, or both, along with or without Desal, and then make it a bigger event like upon itself. But I mean, I think I don't remember who the fuck said it, but they said like, we all want Rain, we all want Inferno back, we all want Desal back. I think it's better if we wait to have it be finished, because Lord knows what their workflow is now, than to actually like think about like where like have it rushed and have it like be out the door when it shouldn't have, because they now cannot rush anything like they have been doing for the past couple events. So I eagerly wait. I want it back, but I would rather take it finished than not finished.
All right. $5 million idea.
I'm not a fan of Desal.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like Desal?
No, not my favorite.
All right. Okay. Any particular reason why, or?
Just never liked the vibe of it.
Okay.
I don't know. It was just off-putting.
All right. I mean, I get it. For me, Desal is like more of a, I want to say happy vibe in Hunt Showdown, because there's nothing happy in Hunt Showdown, but it's more of an upbeat vibe compared to the other maps where it's very wet, grungy. Desal's more of the civilization aspect of Hunt, and then Mammoth's Gulch is more of the mountain aspect. So, my $1 million idea, Crytek, is write a fucking book. Write some books. I say this every podcast now. Make lore books. Take a fucking 16th of the budget that went into that goddamn Game Awards ad and hire some writers. A 16th of the budget, not even. Like a 64th of the budget, and hire some writers, some quality writers, get some lore books, pen to paper. I guarantee pre-orders out the ass. Your Port Sulphur Band records were selling out in record speed. The fact that you're not cornering other markets for merch in more authentic ways that don't feel like just putting Post Malone in a game. Like there's so many things you could do, and you do none of them. Do them.
It's a damn shame. It's a real damn shame.
That's what I'm saying. Dude, if I could put an official, nice-looking Hunt Showdown book on my bookshelf, I would display it proudly. I would tell other people about it. And I don't get that experience, because Hunt is not a game that has books. Fucking makes me so upset. I hate it. Do it. $1 million idea.
And there's so much that they've done. It's just like, I would love it if it's like, oh, maybe it goes over. Like, I guess the only thing would be like, okay, are you going to be sorting it by like the weapon catalogs and the stories behind that, or is it going to be sectioned off like before the infection, during the infection, the Moon trilogy, Tide trilogy, and then like everything else beyond? Because I think
there's a lot. There's so much. Dude,
there is so much.
Think about it. There could be specific books, because in the background, the way Crytek does lore is they'll give us a little bit of lore here and there. A character in this setting at this time doing this. And then you're left to connect all the pieces between all these different characters' chapters in the lore. Just connect those pieces. Write the lore from what's happening with everybody in this conflict in a certain event, and you could turn one single Hunt event into an entire book. Now, I'm not saying like a super long book, but a reasonably sized book just covering the full depth of lore of everything that was happening in the background during the Tides trilogy, for example, during Devil's Moon. Like, there's so many options that aren't explored at all. $1 million idea.
Does remind me that it's a damn shame that deal with the series went under. I would have loved to see that.
Oh, yeah, and that was, Deadman used to talk about that. They were like, it's okay. We didn't get the TV series. It's whatever. Like, bro, I don't think it's whatever. That could have been huge for Hunt.
Well, if we had, like, an anthology Hunt series that was in the art style of bad traveling from Love, Death, and Robots, I would love to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
You've seen Bad Traveling, right?
It's a good series. Yep.
Right.
Well,
so cool.
All right, Crytek, you got 4 or 5, 6-ish free $1 million ideas. You should jump on that. David Fifield, I know you okay. I can't say you watch them anymore. You used to watch my videos, but I'm pretty sure after I made a video saying that the game was dying, you stopped watching my videos, which is fine. But if you're watching this one, David, $1 million ideas. Jump on it.
I will buy every DLC if you take these options. I will buy every last one if it means anything.
I will buy my first DLC if you do that.
Oh my God.
All right, if you write a book, this guy will buy his first DLC and it'll be Ghostface. Come on, please!
And I've been playing since 2018, so.
God damn.
You have cost them more money on their server load than you have actually given them in money.
Probably.
Money's worth.
You have cost Hunt Showdown dollars. You are killing Hunt Showdown!
It's the vet players.
Hold the fuck on. Hold on a minute. I know that's an off comment. Why the fuck hasn't there been, like, the semblance of, like, a blood cult or vampires within Hunt already? Think about it.
I mean, we have, like, theoretically, it's the world of Hunt. Anything's fucking possible. We have Bayou magic. We inject goop into our arms and then control beetles with our minds. We have Vikings coming over from across the seas. We have, there's so much. There's actual dead people. There's dead zombies spirits walking around defending the bayou. Like, there's literally anything you can think of is possible in Hunt, and it just kind of doesn't go explored.
Yeah, there's so much that we can talk about. I think I still stand by Horse's idea where it's just that fucking book, man. I would drop, like, life savings on that kind of shit.
People would pre-order
so
it, dude. I'm telling you, even in our just the Lodge Discord, there's at least 20 people that I know would pre-order the book. That's just in my Discord, which is not a large Discord. Think of all the communities of all these hunters that love the game and are dedicated to the game. They want to support the game, but they don't want to buy a fucking Ghostface skin. There's so much you could do.
Yeah.
We speculate around the teaser?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's see. Let me pull up this fucking teaser and take a look. But yeah, bro, I love the knife in the window, dude. That's such a cool, interesting visual. It's so nice. Okay. There's no trailer yet, right? I'm not.
No, they've just been dropping image teasers. I'm guessing probably like tomorrow or something they'll drop something.
Please.
Right before right after this episode.
Yes, right after this episode, I will be in the midst of uploading it, and then they will immediately put out the trailer, and I will punch a hole in my wall.
God damn it!
Every time. Speculation on the teaser. I just love the way they've laid this out. It is a complete and utter tonal shift from the circus, because let me look at I need to pull up the circus teaser to compare this. I'll put it on the screen for the viewers here. Just the Post Malone front and center, the circus, the vibes are so happy and upbeat in the circus teasers, and then here's just a dead fucking body.
I think for me, like, it's just the nature aspect of it, because admittedly within my knowledge of Hunt lore, like, the only time the environment has been a threat was stuff like Rotjaw and, like, the fire, because it's like that was unnatural. That was a force outside of the control where people were trying to deal with it. And having it be specifically like nature itself, like, you see that it's like it's overgrowing from the windows. It's like it's starting to cover the hunter. And, like, I know that they're probably not going to do it because I'm trying to keep my expectations, like, fairly balanced, but, like, would there be some kind of visual clue about, like, oh, maybe there's some overgrown stuff at the carts, or if there's a location that's near some kind of like place that we already know that is overgrowing a little bit, and it's just that visual change that could be kind of cool, because I want to know more about that.
Or maybe some vines are like extending down or deeper into the compounds, just
Oh yeah.
overgrown. Because remember, like the places that we're fighting in have been abandoned for years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's nature themed,
it's more like months. It's more like months because gameplay wise, in Hunt Showdown, it's 1896 now. But so the previous year, because I mean at least the early access lore I just did that video, it would be last year that shit was hitting the fan. So it's been like within a year of these buildings being abandoned. But the Garden of the Witch, see, what I like about this, if they lean fully into like the nature trying to take back over, I love that idea because they've talked about it in so many Hunters lore that the bayou has magical properties. It's being corrupted. There's something in the water. That's a constant phrase that is said. There must be something in the water. So the idea that nature could be overgrowing and taking back what it had before is a very novel concept. I'm fully on board with this. I really like this event.
It's very shamanistic and like aesthetics.
Yes. And then for all we know, all of the Garden of the Witch stuff could be all in this teaser. And then when we get in game, it's just the same shit. Let's go. Yay, woo.
I'm more interested about the witch aspect. Like, is it going to be an antagonist? Is she going to be some sort of tragic hero? Oh, okay, hardly a hero because it's Hunt Showdown. But
hey, fucking, there's heroes, bro. Harden saved like 5 orphans out of 1,200 orphans. Like, it's fine.
Hey, that's like a
0.05% success rate.
We do not talk about
the witch from Left 4 Dead.
Oh my god.
We brought in the witch from Left 4 Dead as a crossover in the Garden of the Witch.
There you
go. Fucking hell. Yeah, but I think like that witch aspect, I think that the witch part is tying into like all the occult shit that's like on the left of the image, because like clearly like they've established that it's two different, I don't want to say evil, it's like two forms of like what I call chaos, where like there's a group that's controlling the nature aspect, and then there's a group that's controlling like the cool industrial aspect, and they're clashing or they're collaborating to fight a greater evil. So like I think that it's going to be interesting to see like, okay, if we're within the lore of this event, I doubt that this is just going to be like a one-off, like, okay, we vanquished the evil, good job. No, it's going to be like something like this has ramifications for how these groups go forward. Because when I saw like the nature stuff, I like, oh well, I thought about the wild, like the Primal Pact, how they were left in Louisiana when they went to Mammon's Gulch to like control like the flow of how things are and to reduce the amount of the infection.
Yeah, the
but
drowned.
Like I'm guessing like, oh yeah, drowned, thank you. But like, how has that been going? Like, what the fuck happened? Because clearly it isn't getting any better. So I think it would be interesting to reintroduce something that is a threat that isn't just the grunts. That's going to be really interesting to see.
I need a hunting historian to go over this iconography on the walls in the window and to tell me where these occult symbols, we've seen them before, because I don't know.
Voyage, I believe it's called, and I've checked on the lore Discord before. It's some people say it's gibberish, other people say it's just stuff repeating. I'm not sure what it was though.
So. Sick, awesome, cool. All right, happy to know that they just. I mean, hey, I don't blame them. I would have just made cool looking symbols. I mean, guys, occultism, guys, it's a circle. So and put an eye in it. I like this. There's so much. We have so little and so much at the same time. Like the circus was front and center, like flopping the dick on the table. It was information everywhere on what was happening. Like circus. Come to the circus. And now we just have a teaser. We're back to boots on the ground hunt. Just a teaser. What we don't even know what's gonna happen, but all they gave us information wise was all like gameplay related, and like so. The event itself is still largely in the dark. I'm
All
very
we know
interested to see
is-
where they go with this.
All we know is that it's just welders against a group of witches.
Oh.
The industrialization versus the occultism. Let's go.
Yeah,
I'm
excited
thinking
for
of
it.
that stupid copy pasta. It's like industrialization and its consequences. It's like that shit. Oh,
The
man.
Industrial Revolution and its consequences. Yeah, that's Ted Kaczynski. He wrote that. The Unabomber.
Let's see, corrupted metal collide with mystical. I'm not going to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Let me see.
And the interjections of welders wage war against the corruption armed with their own unique powers. I'm interested about the welder side actually.
Mm-hmm.
A new faction. Let's go.
I actually have gone to school for welding, so I'm glad to have a welder hunter.
Oh yeah, from the teaser too. Yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Right, it's like $1 million idea. Give me a welder, and then next put make a pack that like it's a flamethrower in your hand. Fucking.
Oh
let's do
my
it.
god, fucking imagine that.
No,
Jesus.
don't do it. This is a fucking meme. Don't do that.
Do 100% that.
Do not.
Do 200% that.
200%. Oh, we're doubling down.
That is a
I like
negative $1 million idea. You will lose $1 million. Do not fucking do that.
It's not
I don't know.
Bioshock. I don't want Bioshock plasmids in my cowboy game.
Okay,
gonna
and yet you're getting Blade Man, sir. Counterpoint.
Oh fuck right. And there's also Poltergeist, which
Listen,
is like
Give me wizard
stuff
spells
around.
in Hunt Showdown. I want to cast Fireball.
Dragon's breath be like. Oh, man.
Particular torsion.
Oh,
Cast testicular torsion.
just have a meme of Sheriff
Tungsten
Hardin getting-
balls.
Oh,
Black
man.
Coat just keeling over and dying. Again.
Again. Oh my god.
Fuck
just...
me, dude.
I
Right.
think for me, like the biggest mystery around, like I think this is more in the details about like the actual like patch notes. I think I am transitioning back a little bit. What the fuck do they mean by syringe use has been improved?
Oh, it's
That's-
just it's like corporate. I don't know what the hell it is. I remember when I used to play Siege, they used language like that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Like
ugh.
it's obviously something with like maybe it's like a different like frame of reference for like if you're injecting like maybe since we have now like the bar get back shots, those ones I forget the name, but you inject them into the hunter and then sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it's that they're relating to, but like bro, I don't know. I hope they don't make it faster because I think that would be a very big issue, especially now that we have the weak shots do it faster and the large shots don't. So you have to kind of think about when you're using them. But if they made them all fast, that hell no, I wouldn't like that.
Okay. Before I forget, I forgot this was also happening as of literally 2 days ago. This other update. The community triage. I didn't realize that that's going to be focused entirely on Reddit. Why the fuck are they going to Reddit for anything, bro? I hate those
Wait, Reddit?
guys. Yes.
Okay.
So for people who aren't in the loop, the community triage initiative that Crytek is rolling out is a way to connect with bugs in the game and issues in the game faster by going to the community themselves, where they exist in other social medias, to figure out what they're talking about and find issues and centralize the information to get it done faster, right? That's great. Why the fuck are they going exclusively to Reddit?
You think it would have been worse if they went on Twitter for it?
Dude, I used to make videos about like the community and how they feel about stuff all the time. Reddit was always the worst. They hate Hunt. They're a Hunt Showdown subreddit that hate everything about Hunt. They're so negative.
Fucking
in a
hate Hunt
nutshell.
Showdown. Proceeds to continue playing Hunt Showdown.
That's what it like. God, negative review. Never play this game. Hours on record at time of review 1,000. Hours on record now 3,000. Like it doesn't. They still play the fucking game, but all they do is complain about the game, dude. Reddit is the cesspool. I hate it there. There's some subreddits that are cool, but the Hunt Showdown subreddit is one of the worst places I've ever been a part of, dude. For you two, because like gentlemen, he here, Jay Leno Gaming, he knows what I'm talking about. They remove my fucking posts. They won't even let me post in the subreddit. They don't like me. The mods manually remove my posts every time I post in there. I can't post in their fucking subreddit anymore. They hate me.
It's because you have a brain. That's why.
Yeah,
Yep.
you do.
Dude, we even tested this. We had one of our other members of the lodge post my video in the Reddit, and they didn't remove it. But I posted my video and they removed it. Like, fuck me, dude. The same video.
Wait, when you made that video of like Hunt dying, doesn't that align with their views a little bit though?
Not if it's coming from me.
It's a double standard.
It really is. The only reason I stay around is because like it feels like I don't know how I fucking do this. I have it memorized when Crytek socials, because I also know some of the social media people, like what time they post, and then I'm responsible for just posting that shit, turning notifications off, and then just letting people discuss in there. So and then coming from the place where they're putting it on Reddit first before expanding it to hopefully their own website so it doesn't have to be hell to go through. I wonder if it's because the majority of bug reports do, like, memeing or not, they do come through Reddit. So they're probably trying to create a thread that is at first manageable, because I can't imagine how the fuck Discord formatting would be awful, because I have used it before. It is complete dog shit, unfortunately. So I wonder, after they figure out how the system works, they're gonna be like, okay, Reddit doesn't have to be a priority anymore. Thank God. Let's like expand this to the other platforms so we can get that feedback. And I will be the benefit. I will give them the benefit of the doubt. It probably will be good in the long run, because it will be okay. All these people reporting about this issue, they're compiled into this bin, and now we can actually focus on it. It isn't just my UI doesn't work, this game sucks, everything else negative. I think that people will try.
But my ghost face.
Where the Nicki Minaj skin? I need now, Crytek. I need now. But I think it will be at least somewhat beneficial, because if it turns out to suck, then I wouldn't blame them if they don't interact with the Reddit community again. But if it works, that'll be good.
At least they're trying.
At least they are trying. They really are. Jesus.
Why don't they go to the Steam forums? Everybody there's an expert.
No,
Just
no,
get
no,
their
no.
opinions.
The Steam forums, or I hate to say this, the Steam forums actually might be worse. If you go to any community announcement that they have done, like literally click on anything that they've done, like Developer Insight or like any of that shit, like right now, it is just copy paste bullshit. Like there's some, and it is actually even more negative. And I say this in a nice way. Most of the people that use the Steam forums are Russian. So I'm looking at this now. It is just slurs. It is just copy paste stuff. It is bad. And Reddit somehow isn't the worst. It's this. So
You should see my review for the game. It's fucking hilarious.
Or look, this is on the community triage post, and none of this is about the community triage.
No, it isn't.
It's like that for Instagram too, if anyone still uses that anymore.
Oh god. Look, listen. I want to see your fucking Steam review. I gotta.
Yeah, let me see this shit.
All right. I don't want to be added on Steam. Fuck.
Nick Roman, can you actually add, just like copy and paste the Steam review like within the DM so we can all see it, and then Horse can
Yeah.
put it
I'm
up.
taking
Okay.
a screenshot of it.
Based.
Hell yeah.
Where's the so Nerf shotguns, but flash bombs.
Where's the Saul meth twisted?
Dreamcatcher on a rifle. Good Native American stereotype.
I fucking hate that gun so much.
Oh my god.
Like I'm Native American. Like I'm a part of a federally recognized tribe, and the Dreamcatcher is the stupidest fucking thing you can even try to do.
Oh shit, same.
Bro, you don't understand, bro. Come on, we need it to be iconography. You don't understand Native
All
Americans.
right.
We're Crytek. Come on.
Wait, did you?
We're true.
No, I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
I'm Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians.
Nice. I'm Soto. Up in not in California. Up in Canada.
Nice. I got a couple Mohawk friends up that way.
Nice.
Oh my god, dude. I fucking
Oh,
like
the shadow was good.
you've got your auto rifle. I'm dead, dude. I love it. That's fucking awesome.
Okay.
That
I'm
remind
just
that.
looking
Oh,
at.
okay,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, please, indulge.
Yeah, I'm looking at like what other things we have to discuss.
I forgot because I don't want this podcast to go too long, but I forgot
Mhm.
that Reddit post earlier. That was something I really wanted to talk about because I thought it was something that was very common as a community sentiment. Let me scroll.
Oh yeah, I don't enjoy playing Hunt anymore. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, this one. Okay. Let me fucking breeze through this. I'll preface this that I'm not good at the game. I never was good, and I struggled a lot with the game. I've been playing for 2 or 3 years on and off, like really bad. I've never pushed 5-star. My friend is a 6-star, but I can hold my own enough, but now I'm struggling to do that. Since the big update, I fell out of love with the game. I missed the clunky gunplay, the weather systems, and the overall satisfaction of hitting a clean kill. The old meta was more of a guideline, but now majority just sit with a silenced crag. My heart aches because I love Hunt, but this isn't the Hunt I loved. I'll keep playing it because there's nothing like it, but I'm not enjoying it much. Edit, I never said that I disliked the game or hated the game, far from it. Just because I'm not enjoying it doesn't mean I'm not enjoying it at all. The gameplay can be fun, but there's a few things I'm struggling to push past. I'm not going to leave the game because of my gripes. I can look past most of them. It's just mostly suppressor long ammo, the overall feel of the game being different. Hope everyone has a give it day. Okay.
I feel that.
There's a lot to unpack there, and I feel like maybe even if people don't connect with that completely, there's aspects of those feelings that they connect with, like across the whole community. I see this all the time. Like Hunt is dying, or Hunt is dead to me. Like I don't feel like playing Hunt. Like what do I do? What do you guys do when you don't feel like playing Hunt? People ask that in the Discord all the time, and I feel so bad. I'm like, dude, you don't have to play Hunt. You can take a break. It's good for your mental. If you're not enjoying the game, stop playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you keep going.
Oh my god. Go ahead, please.
Me? Him?
Yeah, no, you started talking and I interrupted you. Sorry,
okay.
go ahead, please.
Darn it. Okay. I actually have a friend who has recently joined Hunt Showdown, and I've been showing him the ropes. I won't lie.
Hell yeah.
Okay, it's like a fucking circle of violence. Because when I got on Hunt Showdown, I was playing with my friend named Ratchet. Shout out to Ratchet, by the way. And he showed me the ropes and everything. But mainly, it was just me following him around doing this stuff, and then getting yelled at for dying or missing a shot. I won't lie, I do this exact same to my friend Tyler, but I gotta ease off him because he's a new player, and it actually does make him very anxious and just his heart just pounding in his chest, and it's really bad for him sometimes. And sometimes breaks like those are really essential when it comes to playing this game because you can experience burnout, and it can suck when you just keep on playing it even though you're not getting enjoyment out of it. It's important to have those breaks. Like I've been playing it since, well, for a long time now, actually, consistently, still having breaks in between, but there's still moments where I'll get on and I will just not have a good time and just play something else.
Mhm.
So, Nikra, so I remember earlier you mentioned that you had taken a large break from Hunt. I want to know, why did you take that break, and why did you end up coming back?
So my break was around like patch 0.1. So we had the trios thing come out, and everything was starting to be a lot faster. And I really, really hated that because the game's not about being fast. It's about being methodical, and it's about doing things a different way rather than just go here and shift W to compound. But, you know, I just didn't really like that because when I first started the game, it was solos and duos. That dynamic was so much more interesting to me because we had more players in the server. You know, we had 12 players per server. Then with trios, it's only 4 teams. And it's just really hard to play against that team base because of how people play. And people generally just chase shots. And it really, really sucked. So that I was just like, I'm done. I don't really care for it anymore. It's not my type of thing, so I stopped playing. But and I call my friends brainwashed that have like 12,000 hours in this game because that's all they fucking know how to do.
Holy shit.
And it's like, yeah, if I didn't stop playing, I would be right there with them with about 14,000 hours. And it's just funny because they only play it because it's what they're used to. They can't try to find something of enjoyment somewhere else, and it's really sad. I really hate it for them. But I only play it now until, someone asks me. They'll be like, hey, you want to play, a couple rounds out with? I'm sure, because I like hanging out with that person. So it is what it is. And unfortunately, I don't really play the game as much. Only play when people ask me to play.
That's fair. I mean, hey, I barely play the game, but that's partially because my fingers don't work. But it's also because I just don't really enjoy the game that much. I'll be honest. As much as I love the world of Hunt, I don't enjoy playing it as much as I used to. And that's
it's got a really big identity problem. It's trying to supplement a bunch of other avenues that it wasn't intended for.
Yep.
And I'm a really big fan of like the way a game is made, the game's philosophy. Once that starts changing, the game loses its identity, and it's not what it was. Now, there's nothing wrong with change. Change is good, but it has to be change that doesn't go against the philosophy. But that's just me.
No. Oh, yeah. Okay, his internet went out. So if you're watching the cast instead of just listening to it, he just died. So he's dead. There's 3 of us now.
There's no res ball for him.
Dude, this happened to one of my other casts, and I had like the emoji that disintegrates, like the ah, and I put that on them when he disconnected. But he'll be back. But that's actually a really good perspective. And this goes for any of you viewers, I've preached this before. We've all talked about it before. If you're not enjoying the game, you don't need to force yourself to play it. There's other avenues. Even if it's not games, take a break from gaming if that's the case. If you only fucking enjoy Hunt, stop playing games for a little while. Give it time. Because I'll tell you, I've taken breaks from Hunt. Month-long breaks, multiple months. And when I hear the call of the bayou. I think about Hunt. I'll randomly think about it one day, and I'm like, damn, Hunt was fun as fuck, wasn't it? And I'll remember it, and I'll think about it, and I'll think about it, and I'll think about it, and eventually, I come crawling right back to Hunt. There's no other game like it. There's no proper competition. It is the only game that does exactly what it does, the way it does. So if you like that feel of Hunt, you have to play Hunt. But just take a break. You'll feel that desire to play Hunt again eventually. And when it comes, you can come back and enjoy the bayou again. You'll come back refreshed.
Yep.
It's just, there's no point in logging on every day just to log on. Why? Why be mean to yourself? Why lock yourself to your fucking desk to play Hunt Showdown, bro? Come on. But I'm curious, Ridge, have you ever dealt with burnout in Hunt? Especially nowadays, but ever at any point in your Hunt career?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might be a psychopath, but I don't think I have yet. Like,
Hey, good for you, man.
It's been consistent ever since. Like, I think after I missed that one winter event, I couldn't get some of the skins from the last winter event, the very first one, and it's just been constant ever since. It's been pretty consistent. I remember all my friends getting off during the Scaled Ward event because of the spectating glitch. Hey, he's back!
He just appeared next to me. Holy shit! Okay.
Yeah,
if you're an audio listener, that's a joke because there's fucking PNGs next to me. Sorry, continue with your thing.
But yeah, it's been pretty consistent ever since. I even through the spectating glitch, I've pushed through that, and it's something else. It's amazing seeing Hunt from how it started during the Crow's Fly event to now. It's been quite a ride.
All right. How about you, Jay? How do you feel? Have you ever had burnout from Hunt before? I think he's dead. I think he's here, but he's dead.
Okay, there we go.
He's already dead.
We should probably just poke him with a stick, see if that works.
That's so funny. I guess it started. He said it was raining. I guess it just started raining where he is, and then internet died. Well, here. I guess.
Raja.
All right.
Raja.
Raja. Look at the rest of this fucking post. So it's not just burnout for Hunt for a lot of people. Okay. Oh, this is actually a good point. You guys are a higher MMR than me. You probably experience this more. What's silenced weapons? They're actually changing this, by the way, for folks who weren't paying attention, that aren't in the loop. The next event, they're going to be lowering across the board. Damage on silenced weapons is going down 10%. A lot of people have been talking about that. How do you folks, who are way better at the game than I am, feel about silenced weapons? Is that all you see now, or
hate them?
No opinion one way or the other.
I'll be very vocal about this. I hate silenced weapons. I hate them with
please
a passion.
preach, brother, preach. This is just platform. Okay. Get on your soapbox.
I love it when I'm in the middle of a field and I'm getting shot at by something and I don't know where it is. I love that feeling. I love it. Okay, with bows and crossbows, I understand that because close range, it's a bit risk and take kind of thing. That's perfectly fine. But when it's like a silent shot from like 75 meters away and I can't hear where they're coming from, that's when I hate it. It's frustrating the fight and like, oh, why don't you just like play silently and methodically? Go crouch, go into a bush. I don't play Hunt Showdown to crouch in a bush. I know it's slow and methodical. I love it when I'm like slowly reaching to a compound so that me and my team can organize a wave attack. I hate it when it becomes like Bush Camper 2016 or sorry, 2025. Holy shit. It's just I really don't like silence weapons because they're just so annoying to fight against, and I hate using them because of their drop and their damage fall off. It's just, and I'm glad Blast Sense has the ability to detect them, so I can find them personally, take the weapon out of their hands, and then just like knock their head in with it.
Agreed.
And
then immediately burn the weapon.
Everybody,
how you really feel.
Dude, everybody in Hunt has something they're really passionate about. Everybody's got that match in their pocket. Everybody has one, and yours is silence weapons. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I said, bows and crossbows perfectly justifiable for being silent. Silencers, I don't like them. I really don't.
That's fine. I think my only gripe with silencers is the fact that it feels like Crytek wants to put them on every fucking weapon. If they can.
Yes.
Yeah.
They should be rare. They should be very unique on the particular weapons that have access to a silencer instead of, hey guys, in this event we're putting the silencer on. 3 new rifles. Enjoy.
I don't.
We're gonna get a silent shotgun, bro. We're gonna get a silent shotgun. It's gonna have a huge fucking can on the end of it. Just
They put that shit in like the Romero or something.
I'm telling you, bro.
Don't bastardize the Romero.
The Romero Chub. That's what the variant's going to be called. That's what
Romero Chud. Let's go. Romero Chud, stay losing.
Oh my god, yeah. But I think that I feel like the silencers, from a gameplay perspective, I am glad that they are nerfing the 10% damage of it. Will it make some compact guns maybe a little bit less viable? Yeah, but I will say, I wouldn't lie that I said like, oh, I used a silenced Nagant or Bornheim as a utility for like dog cages or something when I wasn't taking throwing knives. And like even then, yeah, I'm still using them close range. Like you're not going to be hitting long shots with them anyways because of the damage fall off and the drop. I think that maybe some people are maybe correct where it's like, okay, they're trying to nerf the Crag because everybody does not like that, and it was a mistake that they added it. But I think that they want to generally nerf all these other weapons, so it's like if you do master the muzzle velocity of what a silence weapon can do, it is essentially just a straight upgrade. So I think that having that trade off where it's like, okay, it's a little bit less damage, it might be a little bit less with fucking high velocity ammo if you take it. I completely think that's fine. And if you're trying to hit headshots with it, it's gonna be like nothing changed. And I think within the context of adding silencers, I think it has been a crutch for Crytek to add. They maybe are worried that they sometimes don't add enough content to an event or a battle pass or something like that. So I feel like that's why, like during the last event we got the 1865 carbine aperture because it's something easy that they can code in. It takes like probably a day to make, and it's just something to fill in the battle pass because they don't want to try and make another skin or be deemed to like have nothing as a reward. So I think that hopefully with the silencer change, they do focus more on either unique variants of weapons. Like I loved the Mako claw, where it's like, oh, it's the regular melee versus the strong melee that has like an interesting twist to it. I would like more like that instead of just we put a silencer or an aperture on a gun because it was easy to make in a day.
Okay. So, okay. I don't, so as much as I love having you guys in here, I don't want to hit 2 hours. So
That's fine.
I'll tell you what, I want to give each of you the opportunity to discuss, well, this is usually like our wrap up or like our summary is what we call it. If there's anything you really wanted to get out of Between the Hunt, something that you wanted to utilize the platform for, I want you to have this window as an opportunity to talk about it. So if there's anything you guys really want to discuss quick, please, by all means, bring it up. If there's anything you feel like we missed, if there's anything you're really passionate about, whatever you want to say, now's your moment to have a platform, please.
The bosses and just reintroducing them. I would like to. I know Rotjaw is back into the swamp again and all that.
Fucking go!
But there's also, I have an idea for a boss, a roaming boss, and I think it's a stupid idea, but I would absolutely love it if they did add it to the game.
I guarantee it's not stupid.
Add,
Tell us.
I want them to add Killbyre's horse that he killed. I want them to add Buttercup.
Okay, wait a minute. All right, wait a minute. All right, you had me intrigued. You kind of lost me a little bit. Why Buttercup?
Okay, or Butterscotch. Okay, because I had an idea where Killbyre kind of regretted killing Butterscotch, so he brought him to the Demented Pack to probably try and revive. But then they kind of added a human to the head of the horse, and now there's this like centaur-like man with a farming equipment to like knock people over, and it's just Butterscotch, and she like roams around in fields, and you're able to like shoot him from a distance, and in the distance you can hear like a mixture of a man screaming and a horse neighing. It's a dumb idea, but I've made art of it. I would love to share it, but just
please share the art. I will gladly put it on the screen if you want. 100%.
I'll go get it to you as soon as possible because
it's fine. The viewers will see it right now. You send it to me whenever you're ready. But that's so man-made horror is beyond my comprehension. That is not what I expected to be your soapbox platform. I respect the hell out of that. Oh my god, that is them thinking about it in my head. Like, say it's nighttime, there's a weather effect, and I'm just hearing a horse scream in pain and vitriol in a field. Bro, I'm uninstalling Hunt, dude. I'm like, I want to puke.
So yeah, that's my idea.
All right. You had me, you lost me, and then you had me again. I'm on board. Give me a demon, disgusting monstrosity horse as a boss. All right, do it. Would you want it to be like a wild target, like Rotjaw Vein, or?
Definitely something to roam in fields. You know how that little area outside of Healing Waters where the circus used to be?
Yep.
That would be perfect for Butterscotch. For them just to have these little Seven Sisters Estates with their little trick things. That would be perfect for cover and be perfect for Butterscotch just to roam and like kill anyone. I would just those wide open areas. They probably can't do it for DeSalle because it's all rocky, and Mammoth's Gulch might be a bit difficult as well. So it's probably wouldn't be for every map. But I would, god damn it, that would be just something.
Hey man, I feel you. One of my things I always talk about wanting my $1 million idea, whatever, is a Hellhound boss. I want a wandering Hellhound boss. Like Mama Hellhound, like a big one that fucking just goes crazy. Would be sick.
3 heads, call it the Cerberus.
Exactly.
Maybe that might be a bit.
Yeah. No, I think it's a little on the nose, but I think it would still work. It'd be like not maybe not Cerberus, but like it'd be cool. Maybe
you have to like there. Maybe you can like use blunt weapons to knock off the helmets off the Hellhound, and then you'd be able to attack it directly. Or you could just use fire ammo.
See, Crytek, $1 million ideas. Take a sledgehammer, knock the helmets off of the dogs' heads, and then take it out. I'm on board, bro. Fucking like in between the strength level of Ursa Mortis and Rotjaw, like in between there would be sick.
Yeah,
Alright.
that would be awesome.
Okay, so Nikra, your do you have anything that you want a soapbox for with the platform while you have it?
I got one thing to say.
Fair enough.
Suck at Trebek.
So.
It's a SNL reference if nobody gets it.
No, it wasn't lost on me. That was a good one.
No, but I don't have anything. Like, the current state of the game is what it is, and it'll either prosper or it's going to die on the sword. So all that we'll be able to tell with this time.
I respect your disposition. Jay, do you have anything you'd like to soapbox for?
I think if there is anything I would like, I am in the belief that besides wild targets, we are in a place where I think there are enough hunt bosses to still make things interesting. I do not think that at least for 2 years we do not need another like regular boss that we find in a compound because I feel like you can't really do much more with the formula. What I do want, because they did this technically, I would like more AI variants or just new monsters altogether. I think that the last time we got a variant of something was the Concertina Armored, and as annoying as it still is something technically new. And I wouldn't care if it's something like, oh, there's a grunt that maybe has like a special ability that's like that like explodes or something. Not like in like a like of course dynamite explosion or anything like that. But like maybe it like creates like a cloud of like poisonous gas or something. Or maybe there's something that's like, oh, it's an immolator that has like metal grafted to its skin, so you have to like find some way to knock it off first before you go in for it. And I think stuff like that would make the game more interesting and maybe would have people consider what they're taking as either a melee variant or like another variant of a gun. And I think that that would make the game at least more enjoyable and more interesting to explore. For specific ideas, I really don't know. I love your idea for like for the horse that is just like this amalgamation that's like a fucking spider that maybe is like crawling around in the fields. That shit's cool, Ridge. I think that for AI variants, it really can be anything goes. I don't want just reskins for every event if they're going to try and do that for bigger events from now on.
Okay. I'm with you. I would love if, I guess this would be my soapbox, I would love if they just focused more on the core gameplay of Hunt for a while. Instead of every event. Oh, 2 weeks later, there's an event? Sick. All right, cool. If they could just put more depth into the core gameplay of Hunt, like you said, like adding more variants of special AI, or adding more individual grunts into the mix. Stuff like that. Just make the world a little darker, make the Hunt feel like Hunt again as best you can. More depth in the world, more disgusting, horrible things happening, less funny haha circus. I'm on board, dude. You could sell me so easily, Crytek, by changing the tone of this next event, which it looks like you're doing. But I want the full commitment. I don't want to I want to halvesies on this. I want it to be a full commitment of the dark, grungy, disgusting world of Hunt that we all know and love, and I want it in an event again. And if you can do that for me, I think a lot of people would be happy with that. So
I agree. I think that like when Crytek is looking for success, especially now after the failures that have happened within the last 6 months, I think if they went back to see like, oh, why was Rotjaw such a big event? Like, well, that was like the biggest player count that we ever saw, and it was when you boil it down, it is just a man-made like an alligator that is big that can really fuck you up. And I think that if they look at that and be like, okay, what if we like did something with like like a bird, or if we did that with another animal. And I think that if people can look at that and be like, that is horrifying, I want to go kill that. I think that like having that core identity still be in place would be very beneficial for the game.
Mythology is there. They just gotta put their own spin on it and just add it to the game.
They just got to believe in
yeah.
it, man. They really do.
Dude, I just had a fucking epiphany, dude. All right. fully nature corrupted event. It could be this. This one's obviously too close to call, obviously. So going forward, the next event per se, maybe the storyline of Hunt, it's all finally coming down. Nature itself is getting corrupted. You could have bring back all the old weather events, as many as you can comfortably code into the game again. Bring them back and have it just like it's absolute chaos. Nature itself is becoming unhinged. The world, like the weather is inconsistent. It's just make it like Hunt Showdown Endgame in a sense, where
I love
all the fucking shit is hitting the fan. And for players, it's
cool.
absolute chaos. Like imagine you load in and it's a fucking inferno, right? And you're like, oh my god, what is happening? The next game, heavy rain. Like, it could be so chaotic. And you can bring back, I had this idea before, like, quote, wild card packs. You could have the packs be random reused things from previous packs, so you don't know what you're going to be getting. Or, like, or you could have it rotate in each lobby, right? Like, say you approach the wagon, and instead of it being 3 set packs, it's 3 out of a pool of 9 of them, and it's random for your match. So there's so many things you could do to not only honor your previous events, your previous lore, your previous gameplay, but bring it back so that veterans could come back and enjoy the things they loved about Hunt before, and new players could experience the things that haven't been in the game in a fucking year. Like it sucks telling a new player, yo, there was this really awesome and cool thing a year ago. You didn't get to experience it though. Go fuck yourself. Like bring it back so that they can experience it again, and you can further the lore of Hunt as well with this. There's my soapbox, $1 million idea. Nature is fucking crumbling. All the weather effects, bring back a bunch of the old packs, absolute chaos for a whole event. And you can even bring back a bunch of lore characters from previous lore, people coming back like to try and save the world. Not the world, but like save Louisiana. Make it a whole thing. Make it fucking chaos. I would buy it, bro. I would be right there. It would be so fucking chaotic and fun. I would have to be a part of it. Just for the fun.
I totally love that. I think that I always would love it's like, okay, this is really getting fucked up now. We have to try and contain it. I think that would it be maybe a little melodramatic? It could be. But I think that just having that like imagine like if it's like could this is very out there. Like a fire fucking tornado like in like the skybox that's going around causing all this kind of shit. And it's just that cacophony of like terror. That shit would be cool.
Oh.
Yeah,
like the
that'd
world
be really
ending.
cool.
It'd be sick. All right. Cool. All right. So, before I wrap up and summarize, did anybody have anything they wanted to say?
When Gent was mentioning a new type of grunt or a new type of AI, maybe a coffer where you have to kill it with a stabbing weapon in order to like expel the choking cloud instead of a blunt weapon, because if you use a blunt weapon, it'll just burst into a giant choking cloud.
Oh, to
Yeah,
give away
like,
your
what if it
position,
was,
that'd
like-
be cool.
Yeah, like what if it was like maybe it's like the encapsulation of a choke cloud, but like what if it's like made of it has like something smoky inside of it. So
Yeah.
like maybe it's like and you can see like a little trail going up into the sky as it's walking around and it's coughing. Like that shit would be cool. I like that.
Sounds
That's
like
there you go. That's like a $10,000 idea, Crytek. An AI that's a big smoke bomb that if you kill it the right way, you're good. You pierce the bubble essentially, and you don't give away your position. You smack the fucking thing, it explodes, and then you're coughing, giving away all of your position, and your screen is going.
I love that.
I'm on board.
That'd be cool.
That'd be sick. All right. You became lactation brownie mix for a half a second there. That was crazy.
The true identity revealed.
I know, right?
All right.
it was me.
So
It was me all alone.
before I summarize, I want to thank the members, the patrons. You guys actually make the lodge happen. You make a single cripple's dreams come true. So thank you for being a part of the lodge. You don't get fucking anything from me other than the satisfaction of knowing that you're making this happen. So if any of you in the comments want to talk about this cast, what we did wrong, what we did good, what you want to see next time, always let us know. I absolutely love reading your comments. I read every single one. If you want to like, subscribe, do all that, blah, blah, blah. People told me I need to say that in my videos. I feel like I should want to do that, but if I don't say it, then you won't think about it, so fuck it, whatever. Now, my guests, please, left to right, again, your name, where people can find you if you want people to find you, or you can just tell them to fuck off if you don't want them to find you. It's up to you. Start with you, Jay.
All right. Once again, I am Jay Leno Gaming, but on the good old interwebs, I go by Gentleman Gaming PC. And this year, I actually have been trying to take the opportunity not only to branch out from Hunt, but to also try and do more game reviews and of indie games, giving them the attention that they deserve. So if you like badly edited jokes and maybe some okay opinions, please go over to my YouTube channel where you will find them. I'm actually working on a new video that's a documentary about D&D around Pittsburgh. So I hopefully that will come out in May.
All right, Rich.
Well, my name's Ridge, or Space Guy 64 on PlayStation. I'm just a gamer. I occasionally do art by posting it on my Instagram. I hardly touched it as of late. I gotta see if I can get that up and running.
But please, give me your Instagram. I will happily put it on here so that people can go check out your art.
Understood. Yeah, you can find me on Discord as Ridge or any other place. But I'm mostly just in the background doing my own thing, mostly.
Nick Rigomi, and I do have a Twitch channel, but I haven't done anything in a while, so probably been a couple months since I've last streamed. But I also do non-safe for work voice acting on the side as well, a couple other bits and bobs. So yeah, don't follow me. I'll come find you.
Oh my god.
There's good money in that.
Hell yeah, man. You're cooking.
100%.
And somebody told me last time I should still introduce myself, like do myself, even though this is my fucking channel. So if you don't know who I am,
Who are you again?
Dude, every time somebody says that, there's a lactation brownie mix again. Fuck!
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, my name's Horace, very flamboyant Horace, whatever. People also call me Mr. Lodge. I go by a lot of weird ass names. It's just whatever you want to call me. You can even call me a bitch. I'll take it. It's fine. Trying to do more of a lore focus here on the channel, more community focus. I love trying to give people a voice when they don't feel like they have one. So I've been trying to do a lot of community projects as of late, and I'm working on some very big projects, so please hop in the community Discord below, stay informed. I'm willing to announce one right now. It's not fully public yet, but I'm trying to work on the essentially the Hunt Showdown fan initiative. So because Crytek won't lean into the lore, I want us hunters to lean into the lore. I'm trying to get essentially a large Google Master Doc with possibly dozens of hunters involved to write Hunt Showdown short stories, fan fictions, whatever you want to call them, so that we can all work on these stories together, critique them, maybe even make videos about these short stories to make the world of Hunt's lore feel a lot more deep. So if that's something that you would want to be a part of, let me know. Hop in the Discord, message me. I can easily add you to the Google Doc, and that is a project I'm really excited for going forward. I've also got a couple of things I'm working on that I'm not comfortable mentioning yet. They're still in the works, so please, for the love of God, keep an eye out. But for now, I just want to thank everybody here for joining me today. It's been like a month and a half since I've done, fucking 2 months since I've done a Between the Hunt episode, so I'm very rusty. Probably didn't do that great today, but on the bright side, you guys were fantastic, so thank you for joining me today. It was an absolute pleasure as always, and I hope you got to at least talk about a little bit of what you wanted to and got what you needed out of this podcast.
Very much so.
No problem, man.
Yeah.
Perfect. Remember, the lactation brownie mix guy, don't look for that guy. He'll follow you. He'll find you. So.
Yeah, if I need to find you, I will.
I imagine sitting right next to him.
All right, everybody. Thank you for visiting the lodge today. As always, stay blessed.